Hey, are we done?
Hey, welcome to Get Moxie, the lifestyle talk show. I am one half of your dynamic duo. I'm the Moxie champ, Mr. Eli Isabel, and we're so happy to be here tonight on the hottest live radio. If you, and tell a friend, tell a dog, tell a frog, you can
What?
download the app for this program at your Google Play Store or for you iPhone users, your iStore. At the hottest live app, go check it out. You guys can catch us and all the other shows that are on that are here programming around the clock. So I want to throw that out there before I go any further, though. As always, yes, sitting to my left, riding shotgun is out, and as I say every week, please respect the shooter, y'all.
Respect it.
Please put your hands together for my lovely, vivacious co-host, Coach Nelly B.
Hey, guys. Welcome to Get Moxie, the lifestyle talk show, where we have invigorating, solution-focused conversations that will cause the rest of your life to be your best life. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Welcome to all our Facebook followers. Thank you guys for watching and all of the listeners on the hottest live radio. We appreciate you and welcome to Get Moxie. Tonight we have one of our regulars.
Right.
He's
He's a regular, as Shanae would say.
It's the one and only, that's that boy, Corey Wilkinson. Y'all welcome him to the new Moxie show.
It's nice.
You
I
like
like
that?
this.
It's nice.
I do.
We done stepped on that.
Definitely.
You look like you want to bust a freestyle over there, but we're not doing
I
that.
thought about it.
You got some boys?
Got some bars. That's New York bars. No, I got some opinions about that.
Word. That's what we're here for tonight.
Right, exactly.
Nels, you're gonna get double teamed tonight. So I hope everybody who's watching, who's listening, if you want to, by the way, if you want to call in and help Nelly out tonight,
Whatever.
as Corey and I dig all up in her, hit us up at 302-272-9772, and we'll bring you on live with us to join the conversation, and maybe y'all can help Nelly be out. If there's another guy out there that wants to help us further pummel Nelly, we can do that too.
Listen, I ain't never scared. I got big shoulders and big titties for a reason.
Aw, damn, Skip let us on after 9. He let us on after 9. That's
Yes, he did. Shout out to all our Facebook viewers, our family members. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to DK Johnson, Sherelle. Thank you for tuning in. Akeisha Stuckey, Giselle, what's going on, baby? Thank you for tuning in. Lynn Sanchez, thank you for tuning in. It's great seeing y'all tonight. Listen, it's not too late. If you're not tuned into Facebook and you want to see us live, we're right here on the Get Moxie page. If not, you can tune into www.thehottestlive.com and listen to us here.
Did you just say www?
Is that what I said? Yeah.
You did. You went back to 98.
I had to give him the whole address.
Stop dating yourself, Janelle.
You stupid. Shout out to Renee Rivas, Meek Stewart. Hey, cuz. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yo, I'm
It's Shay
excited.
Marriott.
Yeah.
What up, Shay? Hey, Renee.
Hey, Shay.
Hey, guys, we appreciate y'all watching us live, but if you want to hear the full experience, like what Nelly and I are hearing,
Right.
do yourself a favor. You can do both, because most of y'all got a laptop, a tablet, and a phone. Watch us and listen to us on the app.
Right.
Yeah, check it out, man. It's pretty dope.
And the app is the hottest live radio app, right?
That is the app on your Google. Go to your Google Play Store or your iStore. You can download that.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
All right, so it's Wednesday, it's hump day. Gentlemen, they ready with they roll their sleeves up, but I'm ready to. We can do this. I got this. But how's your week been so far?
It's been interesting. There's a lot going on in this world right here. We got people. Of course, we got this crazy president, and we got him out here doing what he's doing. He's bombing people for gassing people.
Well, not real gas.
Well, that's all fake news probably anyway, Corey.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be off of work for the next week starting Friday, so I'm good. Head to the ATL next week. Baby girl, she's going on the freshman college tour, so she's going to her freshman orientation. So pops is rolling down.
There you go.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's
No doubt.
right. That's awesome. Awesome. What about you, Corey?
My week's been crazy.
Has it?
Yes, it's Wednesday. I got 2 more days of work. Yeah, it's been super busy. But, you know, it's going to get better tonight, though.
There it is.
Right?
All right, you rolling with the Moxie crew.
True.
What up, Nels? What's good? Talk to the people.
It's hump day. I'm trying to hump.
Well, let me get my water.
I don't care about her week at all.
Gotta get my water.
Let's get to it.
Raw dog.
I ain't got no water.
Raw dog.
Listen, I was stressed out this morning,
You'll take one
and
of
a
them
piece of
minis, Corey.
advice that I was given was that I should masturbate
That's the advice you was giving? Okay.
because it releases endorphins and helps me to relieve stress. I said thanks for the advice, but I'm good.
Stop.
Yeah, I'm
You
good.
decline
I
to
decline.
please yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
Look at the strength within you.
right.
Yeah, whatever. I ain't declining. Still be stressed.
You know what?
Go back
I'm
in the
not.
house. Like, nah, I don't want to work yet.
You don't.
Yo,
I can't.
wowing. Lynette Dallin, what up, shorty? Hey,
Hey,
me.
look at
No doubt. Nelly B, since we're there,
right.
what's the topic for tonight?
Tonight, the topic is lust or love. Are you leading yourself on?
Lust or love? Are you leading yourself on?
Real quick, shout out to our producer, engineer extraordinaire, Skip Wallers in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing big things.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you too, brother. Very cool.
Very cool.
Smooth.
Yes, sir. And hey, y'all, if you want to join this conversation again, you can check us out. Call in 302-272-9772. We would love to hear your voice. You get about 2 minutes and, make your point and you gonna skedaddle.
Also, it's not too late. Hit the share button and invite some of your friends on over to join tonight's conversation. Let's get them numbers up. Hit some of them like buttons and let's tune into this conversation tonight. Love or lust? Are you leading yourself on? So this topic came from, encountering a lot of females. We like to assume things, right? And I'm gonna just talk about the females real quick. But we like to assume things. We like to, because he held the door for me, he wants to marry me, right?
Okay.
Yeah, we kind of go all the way left. We was talking about this in the car.
Especially now, 2017.
Exactly. And we mix our signals up, and I think we just go off of our own personal stuff, because he smashed me last night, he's the one for me. And so I wanted to talk about that tonight. How do we define the difference between love and lust? How do we know he's the right one, she's the right one? What's worth going after, what's not? How do we stop lying to ourselves?
Wow.
Because we see a lot of that, men and women alike. So that's where I want to go. So I'm ready. What's up?
Wow. Okay. Corey, you want to jump in there? You a guest.
Man, listen. I think I got a lot to say on this topic.
Oh.
Remember?
Let me start with this then. So we have a question from the viewer. That's what kind of brought this conversation up. And the question was, I have been dating a man for the past 2 months. We finally had sex. Now his communication has slowed down. He doesn't text, but it feels like he's just keeping up appearance. He hasn't asked to see me again, and I'm not sure if it would be playing myself to initiate a date. Was it the sex?
Was it the sex?
Yeah.
Well, see, okay, when you're chasing, of course, women, you get the full court press. You're going to get that undivided attention. You're going to get those texts and those phone calls. And, then you finally do the do.
Mm-hmm.
It happened. And to be completely honest, is there such a thing as bad coochie?
Yep.
Not bad. Not bad. I'm not talking about smell or hygiene.
Oh, okay.
But, because you can, in my mind, you can teach a person what you like.
Right.
That's true.
If they're willing to learn.
Right.
If they're willing to learn. So you can teach a person what you like. Now, on the other hand, if it depends on how you went into it. If it was just about the physical, then that's just what it's about.
Right.
And women sometimes get that misconstrued, I think. And dudes do too, but I think women more so.
Well, I think the question she posed was like, because she was dating him for 2 months.
2 months.
It was 2 months, and they were going out. They were dating. So And then she finally gave him sex after 2 months. But after the sex, everything slowed down. So she's like, was it just for sex? Is she lying to herself? Should she initiate a date or let it go?
Listen.
And shout out to Lynn Sanchez. Sorry, y'all.
What
shout
up,
out
Marcus?
Thank you for tuning in, and Marcus.
I would just ask the question. What is she waiting on? Just ask him the question.
Ask who the question?
The guy.
Oh.
Ask him the question.
That's true. As adults, we do a lot of beating around the bush.
Right. I
He-
agree.
Yeah, I mean, make your intentions known.
Absolutely.
And she could have said to him in the beginning, as they were dating and going out, and he's getting all this attention, ask him, hey, when I decide to give you some, when or if I decide to give you some, then what?
But
you know what? We're not giving the honest answer before we get it, though.
I was going to say that because then when we start asking certain questions, then y'all start getting scared.
Absolutely. I mean, you ask it like, here's the question. Are you looking for a relationship? Where are we going next?
Exactly.
Relax.
Y'all be quick to be like, deuces.
But you know what? At a certain point, I think not right away. Women will scare a man off, but I don't think it's crazy for you to ask. Like is there after 2 months?
Right.
Is there potential, or are we just kicking it? And that's fair. If he says we're just kicking it, we're gonna be F buddies. We'll hook up here and there, and that's what it is. And then now you know.
Right.
I don't think that's scary. Don't be saying, "Are we gonna get married? What's our 5-year plan?"
Right.
Now I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah.
So much.
Okay. I mean, and I hear y'all, but I know I've even encountered it because I'm very forthcoming when I was out there dating. So from the gate, like, what we doing? We just boning, or are we looking about a long-term relationship? What you
Is that a intimidating question for a man?
To my knowledge, yes. To my knowledge, and for me, it's just so I can get a clear understanding.
That's a dream question.
Is it?
Like
I
if you
just hear
ask me,
girl
what are
ask
we?
me that question, I'm like, what?
Are we just having
Right?
sex?
See?
Where I come from?
Yeah.
What you mean? New York? no. No, but seriously, like for me personally, like you was talking about earlier, Eli, I like to have clear communication, so I'm not assuming nothing. Because don't let me get into bed with you when it's good, then I'm going to start catching feelings. So I know the moment when I'm starting to catch feelings, I need to pull back.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know we're clear. We ain't on that type of time. We just boning. So that's the reason why I ask.
I get it, but I think you got to set the stage for the guy that, to be honest with you,
Right.
Not everybody can do that.
Right.
You definitely got to make me feel comfortable enough that regardless of what my answer is, that the relationship or friendship or situationship or
Right.
spaceship, whatever you want to call it, is going to continue forward. If it's not, you're going to get a change in the answer.
Right. Okay.
That's all.
But you know what? At a certain age, again, I say we should be able to say what our intentions are off the
I
top.
agree. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if you got what I like physically, but we're just not there mentally, and we know we have the bomb sex.
Right.
Then this is kind of maybe the way our relationship is going to go. And I can safely say to you that this is what it is. Like, I don't see me going forward with you beyond sex.
Right.
And I think that's fair.
Yeah. I think so too.
What if she asks you why?
Because mentally, emotionally, you and I can't seem to get on the same page.
Right.
So why even try to, my mom used to say, you can't put a circle into a square, no matter how hard you try. Some things just don't go together.
Right.
So you recognize it too, because we were always going back and forth. Everything is jacked up in every room of the house but the bedroom. That's where we connect.
Right.
And that's the only room where we connect. How can we be anything other than just having sex?
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I think
In
you
my
asked me
opinion.
that question too early. I'm out.
Why?
Because I already know what's going to happen to you.
What's that?
It's a problem. You're not leaving.
Oh, so you just got that bomb
No,
stuff, huh?
I ain't about that.
Oh, I didn't know.
I ain't about that. I'm just speaking from experience.
I think it depends on the female because my thing is if I'm clear, then I could be more mindful of my emotions and where I'm at, and I know I need to pull back or I need to put more effort depending on where we at. But that's just for me because I have no problem setting those boundaries. But I know some other females, some friends, who have that problem.
Who fall in love over just a straight conversation.
Right.
Which is fine that you
Right.
really dig a person and you dig their conversation, but you can't be in love before you even have, or via texting and inboxing. You
Right.
can't be in love
That's true.
based on that. And some people do go there. Like, oh, I love him. Oh, he's the best. You don't even know what they sound like. You never heard their voice.
That's true. But I'll say that come with experience, don't communication.
Yeah.
I'm better off to have that conversation and be realistic today than I was 7 months ago.
Right.
So
Right.
I get it now.
And I agree with Marcus said here on the Facebook Live feed. He said it's your tone and terminology and how you ask certain questions, which I think is true too. Because you know men are sensitive and they can't take it if you come too hard.
That's true. That's
It's true.
bro.
Thank you, Corey.
That's a fact. If any man out here talking about I can take it, I'm good, yeah, all right. You
Yeah, I
be in the
can't
bed
take
with your
nothing.
thumb in your mouth,
Mm-hmm.
stressed.
I agree.
Presentation is the mother of all things. I will say that. That's true.
True.
And I
would
think
agree
it's
with that.
also go back to the control thing because we know y'all are supposed to be the hunters. So for a chick supposed to come, for a chick to come and be like, "Yo, what's up with me and you? I just want to smash." Y'all gonna be like,
Word?
"Oh my gosh."
I gotta get back to you tomorrow.
Look, that's never happened to me, but I wonder how I would handle that. Now, I've been giving them subtle hints to, hey, I'm trying to get at you, but if a woman just came to me like that, I might be taken aback.
Okay, but
But
you'll
once
get
I
over it and
regroup,
be like, "Okay, come through."
once I regroup though,
Because you know, back in my unsaved days, yesterday,
Word.
that's how I used to roll.
what we doing?
Where I would just tell a dude, like, and I don't know, maybe it's the New York thing in me, I don't know, but it was just like, yo, if I liked you and I dug you, I'm gonna just let you know. Like, listen, I'm just trying to smash, just dig my back out real quick, and we could carry on. And dude just like, dang, shorty, like that? All right, what time? I'm not proud of it. It's not, because it makes me sound like a whore, but God kept me covered, so I'm good.
You coming in the same blood as Sherelle?
Right, exactly.
Shout out to Keisha. Hey, Keish.
Hey,
That's the old
Keisha.
Comcast Connect.
Yes.
JF Clay. What's up, good brother? Prentice Hall.
Hey, JF.
How y'all doing? Giselle. Hey, what up, Giselle? So,
If
Nell-
you're just tuning in, y'all,
Yes.
welcome to Get Moxie, the Lifestyle Talk Show. And tonight we are talking about love or lust. Are you leading yourself here? Are you leading yourself on here on the hottest live radio station?
So Nelly and ladies out there listening, we love to read your comments. Is that more so a female thing? Do women lead themselves on because of the attention that a man is giving them and maybe some good deed?
I've seen it from both sides.
Okay, it happens, but I'm saying the majority of the time, can we safely admit that that comes from a female? That's
Right.
their perspective and, oh girl, he like me, send me flowers, and we talk all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The D is good. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. So
No? What's going on, Corey? Why you frowning up your face?
I think it could be both sides, though. I think it's both sides. I don't believe anybody really shows their real intentions at 1st. There's a very few. I've never heard a woman come at a guy. No, that's not true. Very few women are going to come at a guy with that level of communication and say, "Yo, that's gonna smash." That's it.
that's
Right?
rare.
That's very rare. But I don't think any people today, regardless of age, right, is going to show their true intentions up front.
See,
Everybody plays safe.
I don't know. What I would say, and I think Eli and I were talking about this a while back, it's like the dudes don't even run game no more. Like, and excuse me, but they've come up to me and been like, "Yo, straight, Ma, what's up? Can I eat your pussy?" And it's like,
Whoa.
whoa, like, dang, dude, hi, how are you? I'm Nelly. Really? I mean, straight blunt. And it's just like, okay,
Like
no,
when they
you're
first meet
not.
you?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yes. So that's why I'm like, nobody kicks game no more. Nobody pretends that you're really interested and try to play it off before you want, like, they go straight for the kill.
What does kicking game look like?
Trying to talk to you, trying to get to know you. Can I have your number? Can we talk? And we talk over the phone for like 3 weeks before you even mention sex. You know that stuff we used to do back in the day, back in high school.
I never did that.
You never did it? Oh, man.
Different generation.
Right.
But Corey, believe it or not, there was a time when you sat at the kitchen table while your mom was cooking on that phone with the long cord,
Right.
and you talk really softly to girls and you talk nicely to them.
Maybe that's it. So for me, I just have conversation and then it turns into whatever it turns into. But it's never like, maybe I'm being too, like, it's never like, can I get your number? Let's go to dinner. Like, we just have a conversation.
Right.
And
But
it
dudes
turns
now,
into-
they don't even have conversation. They don't even have conversations. It's just like,
But that's a woman's fault.
is it?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Because he wouldn't be that bold to do that if he didn't feel good, if he wasn't confident in that approach. That has worked with several women before.
But it doesn't work with every woman.
It doesn't work, but if it works with 4 out of 10, that's a good in baseball. He's gonna get a $200 million contract.
It's crazy. He
He's
got
batting
to
400.
shut down for me. Like, if you don't take your short behind,
And
Why you got
so what if he was tall?
Sure.
if you don't take your tall behind,
Oh, okay.
nah. See, I mean, because I'm at a different place now in my life. I mean, like what I was telling you before, that was back in my college days, high school days. But I'm at a totally different place, so that stuff don't work for me. It doesn't impress me that you can eat cooch.
Lynette.
I'm just saying.
Lynette Dallin says, why are you sending your jump off flowers? Y'all got to stay in your lane. You confusing your hoes.
I was gonna get to that. Yes, I was gonna get to that because y'all send mixed signals.
No, don't do that. Don't
Man,
do that.
y'all do. Shout out to Tubu Harris. Hey, John Two Baby, how are
But
you?
why should? Why? What's considered a jump off though? So if I have a girl and then there's another girl, that's my jump off. Or what if I don't have a girl at all and I'm just dating? I can't send you flowers.
Well, if you're dating, that's a different story. Now, if you just
Well,
smash
he's
it,
meaning dating several. Like you're just dating.
Well,
not,
based off of her question, why are you sending your jump off flowers? So I'm trying to understand what the jump off is.
a jump off is somebody you just smashing. We have an understanding.
So
We
she's a
just
jump off.
smashing. That's just it.
So it's, you don't have to have a girl and then a side girl to be a jump off.
No, you
No,
can be
but-
single and have jump off.
I want to send you flowers. Get out of here.
But that sends mixed signals. Now, if you send it with a clarity like, "Hey, just want to tell you,
I ain't gotta
I
do all
appreciate
that.
the good cooch."
Nah. When am I supposed to put that in a card?
Yeah.
Appreciate the good coochie.
Why
American
not?
Greetings
How
ain't
about
made
that?
the
So I'm
card
gonna send
yet.
you the card, send you the flowers, and I just want you to have
But-
a good day.
But Corey, that's just it. Why can't you be nice to somebody that you deal with? And it doesn't mean that we're gonna now want to marry you.
Right.
Like if I enjoy being in your presence, we kick it, and periodically you and I have sex, and I might think about you during the course of my day, and I want to send you some flowers. That don't mean I'm trying to lock you down. It's
It
just I
doesn't.
appreciate who you are.
And you're right, but women, the way our mind is, that's telling us you want more than
Well,
just
you got a
jump off.
problem.
Right, but I mean that's what I'm saying. That's how we think, and this is how we come to the topic. We leading ourselves on, and if that's not made clear, that I'm just sending you flowers just to be nice, but I come to work and there's a bouquet on my thing after I know we was just smashing last night. I'ma think, oh my God, he wants more than smashing, and it sounds corny, but
Okay, so here's the deal.
that's how women think.
Ask me the question.
What you mean? Like, why did you send the flowers?
Just know what you mean. Ask me the question. What was the flowers about?
Right, I agree.
So I'm gonna tell you. I just wanted you to just have some flowers.
I
It
agree.
ain't mean I want to meet your mother. I just want to send you flowers.
I agree.
There's a lot more Drakes out here than there's more Meeks.
Right.
Believe
Right.
that.
I agree. I mean, I think I would have asked like, what's up with the flowers? I mean, I like them, thank you, but I would have asked seriously.
Absolutely.
See,
I would-
it's crazy because you don't know. You can't be too nice to a woman because it sends a mixed signal. But you
Yes.
can't be an asshole because now you're an asshole.
Right.
So somebody says find your balance. Like that's hard because if you are a genuinely sweet person and you do something nice for me, I don't necessarily mean you're trying to be my wife.
Right. Right.
But again, these are women, and
Exactly.
women's feelings are different from men's feelings.
Exactly.
So we have to take that into account. I think when we are doing whatever we're doing.
I was talking to somebody else about that. I'm like, it's kind of like, are they on the feed? I don't know. But anyway, he had his friend that he was dealing with that he liked, but he wasn't ready to commit to. But she would come over and do his laundry and cook for him, and he would buy her gifts and stuff. And she would always argue with him like, well, we're kind of together, but we're not. So like, why don't you just marry me? And he was like, I'm good at where we are. But she expected more because she had all these wifey privileges is what I call them. You would jump off, but you have wifey privileges. Of course, the chick is gonna think you know what I mean. You give me the access code to your because she has the access code to his gated community, so she can come in whenever she wants.
Right.
That's
that
a
means
bit
you can
much.
just come whenever you want.
Right. But I'm saying, as a female, we think that now you've been giving me wifey privileges. I'm just telling you how we think.
So ask the question.
I agree.
Most females are not going to ask the question based off of the fact that they don't want the real answer to that question.
I agree.
But I will say, why would you give a female if you're not there with her mentally, emotionally? Why would you give her the code where she can come in anytime she wants if you're not trying to be exclusive?
Right.
You would.
And if I'm trying to be exclusive with you, you still not getting the code right away.
Right.
Like it's just gotta be a grace period.
That's the point I'm trying to tell you. And then you wonder why she thinks she's supposed to be
Right,
wifey.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
But you
So,
gotta have that conversation. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
That's a product of a good coochie. Good coochie would make you do some dumb shit.
Or a dumb dude. Which
I mean,
one
she
is
coming
it?
over there washing
Either or.
clothes and
She's washing his clothes.
she
let's be
washing
clear.
his clothes.
Yes.
Come on, she might have the code. She doing all
She-
that, but
she
not, no,
had
she
the
wasn't. No,
code.
she wasn't. Because if you're washing my clothes, I'm just gonna let you in.
Oh, okay. Right. Right.
Or you gonna take my clothes to your house?
And wash them. I agree. That's what I was telling him. I said,
Yeah.
if that's a jump off, you treat it differently.
That's a fact.
Okay.
He's
So we on the
bugging.
same page. I agree.
Did she abuse it? Did she just come over whenever she
Yes,
wanted to?
she did.
But that's his fault though.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly.
That's his fault on that one.
You get what you want from that.
I will ride with the ladies on that one.
Thank
That's
you.
true.
Yes.
Very true.
So Lynette said you're sending them to a woman though.
The flowers.
Oh,
Yeah.
the flowers. Right, exactly. And it's just the way we think. Sherelle said that's probably because dating, kicking game isn't the cool thing to do nowadays. Unfortunately, which is a main reason why there are issues leading into a relationship. Because people don't kick game no more. People don't date no more. They just kind of say, hey, let's just smash.
And I meet you on Monday and then Tuesday night. Let me see pussy. Let me get that pitch.
Exactly.
It's a different time.
Yeah, it is.
It's
And the
definitely a
chicks,
different
we
time.
give it up real easy too. Because we think that's how we keep them in.
Really?
Yeah. Or impress them.
Right. Lynn says you must be careful with the female that this is all you want and are sending a nice gesture. It's not clear. If not clear, women will think this is love.
Absolutely.
But and this is something I'm guilty of, assuming that a woman of a certain age has, I've learned, I've been guilty of this in the past, but I've learned that a 44-year-old woman is no different from a 24-year-old when it comes to her woman feelings.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, they all want the same thing.
Yep.
And you would think but with a little bit of life experience, you would know not to maybe set expectations so high and go with the flow. But I've had the same conversation with a 24. I remember 20 years ago that I've had with women now.
Right.
So I guess it really don't change. We have to modify how we do things.
I don't believe it. Listen. So, you're absolutely right. 24, 44, it doesn't matter. The want to be loved, the want to be cared for, and the want to be taken care of is universal against all ages.
Right.
Right? So, the foundation really is communication.
Absolutely.
Communication has changed from 20 years ago than it does today.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
but that's the thing that needs to evolve or change, or you need to level up about. If you're not, then you're subject to anything that's going to happen. That's
I
just
agree.
being honest.
I agree.
So,
I definitely agree. And the communication on both parts, right?
absolutely.
The men and the
Because
female.
I'm avoiding
Right.
that conversation. I stop. I used to avoid that conversation. You said that.
You used
I
to
used to
avoid
avoid that conversation. I'm good now. 2017 is a different quarter.
Oh yeah.
big thing.
Which 4 months in, you doing all right?
I'm good.
Word. That's what I'm talking about. DK Johnson says labels can be problematic. Having a clear understanding is one thing, but trying to put things in boxes can cause confusion,
Right.
especially if we have different ideas of what those boxes are.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. Shout out to Marlena Green, Kale, Lily Widow. Oh, Bojangle Cold Game is
Bojangle
on
in
the
the
feed.
building.
He says flowers represent fertility. A woman sees the symbolism in that. Wow.
Mhm. That's true. I'm
Wow.
telling you, the way our mind is made up, it's crazy.
So do you blame us for that?
I blame the men that lead the women on intentionally,
Okay. What's the intentional? Explain that to me.
just to keep them stringing them along.
How is
What's
being
the
sweet?
string?
What you mean?
Illegal.
I'm being nice.
How's being sweet to a woman illegal?
No, there's a difference. It's not illegal. Come on.
I say a lead on.
Oh, a lead on. No, being sweet is one thing. But there are guys who I actually know, like personally, and she's on the line now, she could attest to this. He does little things just to try to keep her at bay, but he won't commit to her. And it's facts.
Okay.
You know
That's
what
her
I mean?
fault.
It is her fault. I blame her for that. I'm like, yo, stop letting this dummy do that to you.
I just feel like people, to Ed's point again, 24, 44, male, female, you gotta be accountable for what you allow yourself to get into.
Right.
So don't change the rules of engagement when your feelings get hurt. The signs was either there, the conversation was missed because you didn't really want to have it, or you wasn't ready to let it go yourself. And that's for both sides. That's for guys
Right.
and females.
I agree.
But don't when your feelings get hurt and the flowers don't turn into engagement rings, or you're not invited to that barbecue, or you don't meet the kids, how you go back and blame him and say you let me off because I sent you flowers?
It's true. I agree. You gotta communicate.
I just want to send you flowers.
That's true.
Right. I
I'm a
agree.
nice guy. My mother didn't raise me to be. I'm gonna take your trash out if I'm at your house, and roll your trash can back if it's out in the front of the yard. And I'm getting in my car. I'm gonna leave.
So you come into my house after the show?
Is your trash can out in front?
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure it's out there before he gets to the crib. Are you crazy?
Yo,
I know you a legit good guy, so that's what's up.
and that legit good guy is the thing that causes issues more so than you being an asshole toward a woman.
I agree.
Just, you know, and it's a gift and a curse.
Right.
Wow.
I agree.
JF says the chemistry is better when we're closer together.
Mm-hmm.
JF, the days of me and Nelly being shoulder to shoulder are over. she has her place. I have my place. As Lynette likes to say, everybody got to stay in their lane.
Exactly. We got to stand on our own.
Wow.
But talking about chemistry, according to the blogger that we always talk about regarding this topic, he says, you know, pussy is everywhere, but chemistry isn't.
That's a fact.
And he thinks that's a huge part of why we're being led on, women and men alike, and why we have all these issues. Because a lot of us are thriving just off of the mere physicalities of each other, and not the chemistry of each other, which I think is true.
I don't know.
No, I think that I think chemistry is way more important, because if you have good chemistry, then the sex is going to be great. Because you can start out with that bomb sex, because that's that lustful stage when all you see is that big booty, big breasts, or whatever you're into,
Right.
and that's that lustful stage. But after you're not hitting it 3 times a day anymore, and you got to sit across from that person, and it's just you and that individual, and there's no chemistry, there's nothing in common. Like you really don't even like. You realize now that the sexual fog has been lifted, you don't even like this woman. Like you know, I thought she was alright. You a prick, or you a a-hole.
Right.
So I think chemistry, if that's intact, then I think everything else can kind of be brought along.
Right. I agree.
You know.
I definitely
Chemistry
agree.
matters.
Chemistry does.
You gotta
absolutely.
be able to have a conversation about multiple things, not just sex, not just music. It's everything. Politics,
Life.
life. How my day was. You gotta be able to bring something to the table and add something to that.
Absolutely.
So,
Because we are holistic beings, and we have to be able to address the whole, being of who we are. And when you don't have that, that's when we have a lot of dysfunction and issues going on. He says, therefore, it wasn't the vagina, it was the woman connected to the vagina that he decided wasn't worth the effort anymore, talking about a guy. Before you get depressed or angry, thinking I'm placing the blame on the woman over the man, let's break it down so none of this is misinterpreted. A man that chases you doesn't actually want you. He wants the idea of you.
Wow.
listen.
In the shallowest way possible. His lust doesn't take into account if he wants and is ready for something serious, who are you as a person, or if the two of you are compatible on a deeper level.
That's true.
Talking about the lust phase.
I can dig that, but I don't believe that a man that chases you, I don't think it's black or white that way. Because he chases you, it's about lust more than it is about what he really wants. I believe that it doesn't blind you. It's definitely blinded me in a lot of places. But if I'm chasing you, I may think you're worth it.
That's good.
And I've been there. So at the end of the day, it's not one blanket sheet over everything. You know.
But in the beginning, like when I'm just getting to know you, and all I know is how you are physically. I see you from across the office, or I see you at the gym. All I see is what initially drew me to you, which is the physical. So the chase begins there. So it's cold. Thank you, Nelly. The chase begins with the physical, and then you learn if this is somebody. That's what gets us in trouble, because it's about the physical, and then things may happen. Women may give in, or we give in to the actual act of making love or having sex or whatever you want to do, and then we learn about the rest of who you are after that. That often happens.
That's how men do, though.
Women do.
Women do.
Tall, dark skinned, bow legged. What you like, you're in.
What I used to like.
Before you know, he used to beat his ex-wife.
Right.
You just
no,
like
I
what you
agree.
saw.
I agree, but a lot of times women, they may see the physical that they like, but they're more interested in like your mind and what are your aspirations and goals and your future. Where you guys are more like, oh, she got a fat booty, let me pursue her. I mean, we do look at the physical. I'm not going to negate that. We do. I give you that, but that's not our primary. Like, can he have a conversation? And then we're like, if he really can't hold a conversation, you like, okay, or he's talking about his sex, i.e. some people that you know.
Don't be hating on my people.
I'm going to hate on all of them.
But listen, Nelly, look at this though. Look at these cats that are strippers and whatnot.
That's just
What do they?
entertainment.
I know, but look how many women at the shows that they have sex with.
Yeah.
It's strictly about the physical for women at times too. You don't know him. You don't know anything about him. He could have touched a little girl that was 12 a week ago. I mean, I'm just hypothetically saying.
Yes.
We don't know anything about this dude. You just know he has a big D, he works out, he has a great body, and you are lusting right now for him. And if he would give it to you in the backseat of his car, you take it.
You're right.
Not every woman.
We have our moments.
Right.
We do. The one night stands. I agree. We do. But on another level, most women, the mature women who are really trying to settle down, they're not looking for just a big penis. You know? No? Oh, I thought you said something. I thought you said something.
It helps, right? I don't know.
It does
I don't know
help.
what y'all looking for, because y'all don't know.
And that's another problem too, real talk. A lot of women really don't know what they want.
There we go.
We ran back to the show that we had a while back, relationship ADD.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yes.
get bored real quick, and then we like, next.
Yeah, I was on that show. I remember.
Right, exactly.
And shout out to the young lady who spawned that conversation.
Inspired that.
Spawned it, birthed it. She know who she is.
Right. Marcus says you have to learn each other dating speed as quick as possible, simply because we just don't know each other's relationship resume. We can vibe with each, but it will take time to materialize into something significant based on dating communication. Dating communication is different from regular communication. My book explains it in more detail.
His book.
Here you go. Each of us each have to be creative and direct in asking information and dating questions. Those questions vary from gender and past dating and relationships.
And he's absolutely right. But you, in order to get to that point and have that kind of conversation, you can't be screwing within the first week.
Right.
Because all of that stuff gets lost.
Emotions. Yeah.
All of that gets lost. Marcus is absolutely right. I agree with that. But, we move 100 miles per hour nowadays. And we like what we like, and then we learn what we don't like later, which is where the problems come in at.
Absolutely. JF said lust isn't always bad. It is what you are trying to apply to it. Lust creates the ability to stay the course to achieve one's goal. So I agree. I think even in a marriage, in a long-term relationship, lust is necessary.
Absolutely.
Is it realistic?
Necessary. Yeah, it is. Why isn't it? This is why we always say women, when we get married, we got to still keep up our appearance because we get comfortable.
Yes.
Men do too. Men do too.
Want to see you with your scarf on all day long, every day.
Right. Men as well. We don't want to see your holy drawers
I mean,
every day too. Put on some nice boxes or something.
oh, okay.
I'm just saying, not the one with the holes in it, because you comfortable.
Those are the best ones.
Nah, see. But we can't do it. Let us walk around with a tore up bra and some ripped up panties. I
That
don't
would
be
be
like,
dope.
here you go.
Melly B, in your current single status, I don't suggest you do that just yet.
You don't suggest I doing it?
How long your parents been married?
42 years?
You
No,
think
41.
your mama don't put on no ragged drawers around your father?
I don't know. I don't
40
really think about
years
that.
in.
Ew.
Think your daddy don't pull out them holy drawers?
Okay, moving to the next comment. Thank you. Nobody want to talk about Tony.
I'm just saying.
VK said we also need to stop with the thinking that women and men are two different species. We may process information differently, but what determines the type of person has more to do with personality.
I can understand some of that, but we are different.
We are.
I think we are. I think we different. Night and day.
You think so?
Because
That different?
if we weren't so, he said he attributes it to the personalities are the things that differentiate us from each other. But if we were so much alike, I think we wouldn't have all the issues we have. Like if we understood each other, I think we wouldn't have all the issues we have. I mean, I'm completely lost. I've been on this earth for a minute. And I tell you, I'm clueless about women sometimes.
It's a common themes, so love, support, all
Right.
those type of things, and that drives into the type of personality you may have. But we're different people for sure.
I agree. I do think though we in relationships we complicate things that really don't need to be complicated because of the lack of communication and understanding.
Or the fear.
Yeah, or fear, right?
Rejection
right.
is a big deal.
But at one point, I mean, do we come to the point? Because I know in my past experiences, you can have a long-term relationship and committed, but you don't that fear of rejection. You don't flex the way you do with a good friend, like a good male friend or a good friend of the opposite sex. Why is that? But yet you're in a committed relationship here. But the same way you can't, that vulnerability isn't there. That's one thing I really look for, especially in a guy. I know how much he trusts me based upon how vulnerable he could be in front of me, knowing that I'm not going to look at him any different. So, like, for a guy, they may not be able to be vulnerable in a committed relationship. But to me, just a friend, I get it all.
I think for me, so I think I can speak on that a little bit. In the friend zone, I don't hold you to the same standard that I do my wife or my girlfriend. Because as a friend, you have, in a weird way, options to be that or not be that. You have the option to show up to that level or not show up. Because you're a friend. And even though we could be best friends, but you still have an option.
Right.
Once you my girlfriend or once you my wife, under no circumstances you're supposed to show up all the time. Because I have to be that vulnerable person to you. I have to be. You're my wife. You're my girlfriend. This is the title that you hold in my life. You're supposed to be my best friend.
Right.
And once you're not that and you don't show up, now we have problems.
And that's stuff that we should learn before we wife.
Yeah.
We wife up and get in these committed relationships, because that's when we get in there and we don't have that friend that we thought we did. And then now you look into your best friend for that support when your wife should be home being that person.
Right.
Let me read a comment
Go
here. Lynette says, she's agreeing with DK. She says, I feel you, DK. We want the same things. Different means to the same ends. That's why it took Moses and them forever to get through to the promised land. All right, Bishop. So, I think that, to kind of piggyback off of Corey, or let me go in a different direction. If you have been someone out there that's been vulnerable in the past with someone, and now you're with the new girl, and she these are the things she wants you to be. She wants you to be able to be open and honest with her and pour your heart out. But you've done that in the past, and that's been held against you.
Right.
One, or you've been put on blast, or he's weak, he's soft on social media.
Right.
You know, he over here crying about his grandma dying. Well, I mean, his grandma died.
Right.
or whatever. But my point is, some men, once they've been, for lack of a better term, played in for expressing that part of who they are, men don't necessarily come back real easy to open up with anybody, whether you're my wife or not. Now, I can see all these great qualities in you that I want you to be my wife. But it don't mean I'm going to give you that part of me, because that part has been bruised and damaged. So that's that's hard. That's hard for everybody, but I think it's harder for men for whatever
y'all
reason.
are sensitive.
We are sensitive, but we're sensitive because we have to have the option to be sensitive.
I agree.
And if we don't have the
There
option
it
to be
is.
sensitive, then you're not going to get all of us.
Mm-hmm.
The woman that allows a man to be sensitive and vulnerable, you're in a way better place than you were if you're not.
I agree.
Relax.
I agree.
You better cut on the Drake record. I'm telling you.
Be sensitive and vulnerable, and not hold it ever, or have
Against
it ever thrown in my
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now I can't. I'm done.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
You
agree.
can never get that from me again.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. He says here, if a guy goes from being up your butt for weeks to barely responding to your text message, then he has made up his mind that you're not what he's looking for. Man, is that true? We got Skip in the back throwing up the hands. He said, and the coochie was horrible. Is that true, man?
I could say yeah. I mean, I could say yeah. I could say yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading Skip's
Oh.
text. What did you say? I'm sorry.
Lord. Pretty much if a guy goes from being up in your butt to not responding to your texts and incognito, he's not into you.
Pretty
Pretty
much.
much.
Yeah. Or he didn't hold you in the regard that he may have led you to believe.
Got you.
And if you're just joining us, y'all, we're talking about lust or love? Are you leading yourself on? If you want to hear this show in its entirety, or all of the shows here at the Hottest Live Radio, you can download the app on your Google Play Store or your what's the other?
Facebook page.
Not Facebook. Look,
What you talking about?
let me go back. Oh, I'm sorry, I have it right in front of me. Your Google Play Store or your iStore for you iPhone users.
Oh.
See, I don't have an iPhone, so that
That's
slips
yeah.
my mind. But it's the Hottest Live Radio. Check it out at your Google Play Store or your iStore
Yeah.
to hear all the great programming that we give out here on the Hottest Live Radio.
Definitely. So again, like you said, if you're tuning in, we're talking about love or lust, and are you leading yourself on? Marcus says it is realistic in a long-term relationship. I'm 25 years plus with my wifey. I'm looking at her butt right now. We update what we want with each other physically. She's not a dime 24/7, but she's a dime when I want
Wow.
and need her to be. We invest on keeping it fresh.
Congratulations. That's
I
dope.
mean, that's how it should be.
Absolutely.
But how hard is that to find? Like, somebody's gonna say, "Well, that's easy. It's just about," but that's hard to find.
They have to be willing.
Is it?
Remember, you asked the question. You was like, "Nelly, what things are you looking for?" My first thing was a dude that's willing to work, willing to teach, and willing to be teachable.
That's the thing. That's a fact. So, I don't know if it's hard to find. I think that we have a short attention span. Everybody's attention span to a relationship is just as long as an Instagram or a Facebook Live video. It's 60 seconds and we out.
Right.
I'm gonna give you 60 seconds to answer the question the way I need you to answer it. 60 seconds to tell me ask me how my day was. Or 60 seconds to respond to whatever I need you to respond. Even a text message. I sent you a text message, you don't respond inside of 30 seconds, I have a problem.
Right.
And now all of a sudden it's something different. So we don't put work in no more. We just don't. I don't have to.
And women set the standard. The reason men are lazy
I agree.
when it comes to relationships or even pursuing a woman is because women have, ladies, I mean, it is what it is. Women have lowered the bar. The bar is so low that a damn ant can jump over it.
Wow.
Like, it's low. You don't have to do a lot of work nowadays.
Right. I agree 1,000%. I think it's so right. Shout out to Issa Duran who just tuned in with us. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Pauline, are you at Bible study? Praise him.
Hey, Pauline, what's up, mama? He says here, your pussy has as much chance of locking down a man as a Pepsi has of stopping police brutality.
Wow. That's real talk.
That's true.
Damn. It's going for the low, Skip. What's
Right. I can't. Yeah, I'm
That's
crazy.
true.
That is so
Do
true.
women believe that though?
So
That your
many
pussy
do.
is that your pussy is that good that you can just lock a man down?
We said it before on the show, and I always say it. Your pussy got power, but it ain't got all power.
That's true.
Right.
It ain't God.
That's very true.
It won't change his life.
Please.
It won't. It cannot change nor fix his life.
Not at all.
He says your vagina may be amazing, but it's not magical.
Wow.
Niggas smash. And he says niggas smash bomb. Skip is crazy. He said niggas smash bomb pussy that they don't think twice about the next day. Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought bomb pussy has an effect on y'all. Like
It
it
has
leaves
an
an
effect
impression.
until the next time I get it.
They teaching us, y'all. I hope y'all
It-
taking notes.
You know what? And if you get that bomb pussy without a lot of effort, without the conversation, the communication, then that's all I know about you. So there's nothing else to lead me back to you but that. Because at some point, at the 20th time I get it, it might not be so much the bomb anymore.
Right.
Because you showed me everything you have. So now, what else is there?
I'm glad you said that. So a question from the viewer. My friend says that you can't be too nasty the first time you have sex with a man, or else he will judge you as a hoe. I'm dominant in the bedroom, as it is the only way I can come consistently. But should I submit and play the role of the shy girl and then ease him into my sexual wants?
I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I remember a girl told me that one time. Like, they don't go as hard because you're not going to see me as the wife later down the line and all that. I don't know if I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more so if you throw all your tricks on the first shot, what we gonna be doing in 6 months? We're gonna be having sex at the damn zoo or something crazy like that. So, you may need to space it out, but I don't believe in going soft or going on a level 5 when we have sex. I'm going 10 every time.
Right, and that's what I thought, because it's like, anytime you finish with him, you want to leave an impression, or vice versa.
No.
And again, if you have other things in common and there's a connection, then that doesn't get necessarily over that fast.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because there are other things that sustain us.
Right.
Great coochie is great coochie. But guess what? Men, the greatest coochie is the next piece of coochie I ain't ever had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So if you don't have anything else to help sustain that situation, it don't even matter how great your coochie is, because he's gonna get sick of it at some point. in
Like
time.
conversation and so on and so forth? Or no?
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
The important things that we often overlook or don't pay attention to.
Right.
It's kind of where we at.
JF says love has nothing to do with sex. However, lust do because it wakes up the real desire to copulate.
Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've had sex with a lot of women that I didn't almost even want to believe I could ever love.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I just know you got a fat, but I bet you're a freak, Nick. I'm not gonna love you. We're on Peachtree,
It can't happen.
one of the 10 Peachtree streets down there, and we're getting busy. How can I love you?
Oh, no.
How could you love me?
So I agree with you. The women that I've probably had the most problems with, as far as relationship wise, is the woman that woke up next to me the next morning.
Wow.
Mm.
If you stayed in my house and we woke up together the next morning, we got a problem.
Why?
We got a problem. That's why you probably need to leave.
Are you
I'm
serious?
dead serious.
Wow.
Like any woman that I've ever taken serious in my life, they woke up next to me the next morning.
Are you in there pulling a Ving range from Baby Boy? That could be the problem. If you're in there frying eggs butt naked, and the son walk in there, he said, "You want some eggs?" No, motherfucker.
What the hell am I?
Why you in the kitchen naked, dog? You don't live here.
Now, brother.
You coming there with the eggs and you're
cannot.
naked. That's the problem.
Wow.
I remember, I think it's a Steve Harvey book. I don't know if I said this on the show before. He said that his wife today, and I guess apparently Steve Harvey was some type of hoe at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
But he said he got with his wife, after a period of time, and I don't know which book it was. But he said they had sex, and he went to get up, like almost immediately to go wipe off or whatever he wanted to do, and she grabbed him and made him lay down. That was his wife.
Mm.
So if you gotta lay there and she makes you feel that level of intimacy, you might have a problem.
If you're not there, if that's not what you want, that will be a problem.
Right.
Well, according to him, he was gonna treat it just like any other girl he had slept with.
Right.
She got up and she grabbed him and she just held him there.
Right.
Let's be sticking together.
Okay, so ladies, please don't just go grabbing dudes out the bed.
Yeah, relax.
Like, let's not.
Come on.
Somebody will get punched in the mouth.
He said, "Let me slide out."
Right. Exactly.
She dozed off, right?
They
Yeah,
gonna be
where
holding
you
just
going?
holding him real tight.
Nah.
Like, no,
I don't think
gonna be
you're
my
gonna let me
husband.
down just because you got the warm rag and you wipe me off. That's
Right.
not what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
That is great
That's
though.
when
you don't got no
amazing. That feeling?
Ladies,
You just lay there and she come back and she just mad warm.
who taught them that? Where'd y'all get that from? Did that come from Granny? Your mama did not tell
Grady,
you.
wait, no.
No, I don't know.
No.
What the
No.
show up with the warm rag? I think you like me.
The water running and it's still hot. It's like
Like,
Yeah, they are stupid. I can't.
that is great though. I ain't want-
and the fan. Oh man.
And the fan be on too.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
clean up my soft man. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have these chicks going out here doing all of this stuff
No,
to the
listen.
wrong
And they
man.
get
Ladies.
you a good rag, like the thick ones. Oh man.
One of the Martha Stewart joints.
Right.
The good cloth.
Good club.
Ladies, clean up the soft man's
But that does
you
not
might have
guarantee a
something.
wedding ring. Please
That
understand that.
guarantees a good night's sleep.
I'm trying to-
Exactly.
I can't. I just can't.
You
Oh
see
my
through.
God.
You see your hand through the rag.
Right.
Come on,
The
Dad.
whole
Yo.
way through. Shout out to my auntie Nicola Brown. Shout out to Amber Worley. Thank you guys for tuning in. Desmond Poisa. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to Buff Tower. Thank you for tuning in as well. Gwyneth Martin. I'm so glad you guys are with us. And everybody that's listening on the Hottest Live Radio, thank you for tuning in. We're going to wrap this thing up, but we got a couple of comments real quick. JF says, love is overestimating being intimate is what is most important. Intimacy allows one to touch that deep realm of universal interrelatedness, which brings about bliss ecstasy at apex.
At its apex.
Yeah.
Wow.
That means with intimacy, you're going to hit that climax.
That was dope.
It's a good nut.
That was dope. JF got some game.
Don't he though?
He talked
JF,
that
you
talk.
married?
And we're Koofy.
JF talked that talk, baby.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
I'm taking.
I try to write that down.
I be screenshotting his comments.
F.
You gonna use that?
I say that in like a British accent.
I can't.
Yo, cause he's articulate. The words he uses
Yeah, we
sometimes,
got
I be like googling them once we off the air.
Right.
Like, so what was that?
That's how you get an intellectual woman. Just using deep words. She be like, woo, coochie wide open.
6
4
months later,
syllables or less, and nothing below 4 syllables.
Exactly. I can't. JL said, he said, Miss Nelly, just so you know, I'm riding with you tonight. Yeah, JL.
Word.
Ride with me, baby, ride with me.
No wrong
Marcus
with
said
that.
it's a good chance that you won't find it. You have to make. It's willing to work.
Huh? What?
I don't know. It's a good chance that you won't find it. You have to make it. It's willing to work. We don't get a CEO job right off the bat. We work for it and work to keep it. Marriage and relationships is no different.
True.
We were Chevy Chevettes when we meet. Now we're BMWs to each other. Nelly, you may think I am still a Chevette.
Why you gotta minimize him, Nelly? What
I
you bring
didn't
to the
say
table?
that. Marcus, go to bed. Go to bed, Marcus. It's 9:58. Go to bed.
He's right, but it takes work.
It takes
So,
work.
you know, in the midst of Marcus's madness, he makes some great points. So
Marcus is crazy.
Marcus makes some great points, though. You gotta give him some. I give credit where credit is due. That's my guy.
I can't. All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up here on the Hottest Live Radio. But right before we do, as always, let us share some advice, some solutions to tonight's topic. Lust or love? Are you leading yourself on? Who's gonna start?
I'll jump out there. I would just simply say, take your time, because lust will mess up something with promise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and get to know the person. So when you remove sex and lust, I know we're human, we have needs, but when you can kind of keep those things at bay for a little bit and really get to know a person and not be blinded by lust and not see their character flaws because of the lust, then you have a better chance of the relationship succeeding.
Right.
And I know it's hard when it's new. That brand new, when they got that brand new car smell, shit, you trying to get to that. So I understand that right there, but I say take your time and get to know the person and pay attention to those character. As great as all the great things you pay attention to, pay attention to some of the dumb shit they do.
Mm-hmm.
Like really pay attention and how they treat people.
Corey?
I think the thing for me is the biggest thing is communicate. Communicate past everything kind of like Ed said, all the good stuff that they do. Pay attention to how they treat people that have nothing to do with that doesn't benefit them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you'll catch it from there.
I agree with the both of them. Another thing I would suggest is focus on how they cope with life. How they cope with life tells a lot how they're going to work with you on the same team, being their mate. So focus on that. And never make a decision in an emotional state, because you'll always regret it.
Yes.
Thank you guys for tuning in right here on Get Moxie, the Lifestyle Talk Show. Meet us here next week, same time, same place, right here on the Hottest Live Radio. Thank you, Corey, for always being with us.
R.I.P.
No doubt.
Charlie
Much love,
Murphy.
Yes, rest in peace,
No
Charlie
doubt.
Murphy.
Shout out to all the listeners and also all the Facebook Live viewers. Shout out to y'all.
Definitely.
Much love. Happy Hump Day. And we'll see you guys next week.
Same time,
Peace.
same place.
All right, y'all.